So I got the chance to see Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. And, you've been watching me for a long time, then you would know that I don't fall for half-ass movies or anything. And, with this movie, it's just another one of those movies. Like, this movie is just so overrated. Like, it's not good. Like, I'm just sitting here. See, when the reviews and all that came out, I knew it was just another one of those moments where they're boosting the fuck out of it. And when they do that, they only do it around the time of release, and then sometime after the movie is forgotten. Only movies that are constantly brought up are the ones that's good. And you know when you watch this movie and the last one, and you try to apply them both to the first two Godzilla movies and Kong Skull Island, you're going to see that, like, you're just going to wonder, like, how are these in the same universe? Like, we're at the point where it just, like, see, my thing is that, like, we went from a serious tone or whatever to this goofy ass Power Ranger kind of shit. Like, bro, these movies are literally becoming more like Power Ranger movies or some shit. Like, fucking Kong. Like, that dude had put that fucking gauntlet on his arm. I'm just saying, like, bro, this some Power Ranger type of shit. Everything, like, this is what I'm seeing, bro. Like, these movies, like, they just have no substance, bro. These are literally just Power Ranger movies, but with kaiju and all that bullshit. And see, my thing is that, like, you know, the people who are praising this movie, saying, "Oh, it's great, it did everything I wanted," like, bro, at this point, I'm convinced in my life. At this point, I'm convinced, like, they're just brain dead at this point, because, like, the only way they describe these movies is by saying, "Oh, it was fun." That's it. It was fun. And then when you want to critique these movies, they're like, "Oh, you're here we go again. You're trying to go after a big lizard and a big ape fighting. Like, can you turn your brain off for a second, bro?" No, fucking fucking Godzilla and King of the Monsters was fucking raw. And then you give me these two shitty movies, fucking Godzilla versus Kong, and this one that just came out, and I'm just saying, like, this shit is weak. It's fucking weak. Nothing makes sense. Like, I see. It seems like now the movies are being more directed at children. Considering how they were made, and my thing is that, like, whenever you back somebody into a wall with criticism that they know is right, they're gonna, like, bro, I just want to go see two monsters fight each other. That's all. I'm like, okay, whatever, shut up. And then, they want to be like, "Oh, this is just like the Showa era." Bro, don't nobody give a fuck. When that first Godzilla movie came out, that is how the universe established itself. And then, Godzilla versus Kong came out, and that's what changed everything. Like, I'm just sitting and watching this movie. I will admit the audio, it wasn't so great, so I may be wrong on some things, but if I'm not mistaken, Scar King was in Hollow Earth because, I mean, Scar King had something against Godzilla, yet Kong had to fit in somehow. But yet this Scar King is pretty much a Godzilla villain. I'm like, bro, and then Godzilla was barely in the movie. Bro, when Godzilla had suplex Kong and all this shit, I was like, oh my god, bro. This shit is just like fucking Megazord fights. Like, it's so fucking stupid now. But I mean, one thing about it is that, like, if you're gonna have Godzilla doing all this shit, like, one thing I never noticed was, the fucking spikes and shit on his back. Like, why is it that whenever somebody, gets on his back or anything, the spikes doesn't hurt them? Like, I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, so, you know, Scar King is pretty much a Godzilla villain. Yet Kong comes in trying to, free his people and all this shit. And you also have a whole human population in Hollow Earth. And here's my thing. The humans in this movie, they were just terrible. They were fucking one dimensional as hell. Like, it seems like each movie the humans just downgrade more and more. Like, I granted that they show lesser human scenes, it's just it wasn't worth the risk because like they were just so fucking garbage, bro. Like anytime they were on screen, I couldn't, like that one black guy. I can't see, the character's uninteresting to me if I can't remember his name. But just remember the one black guy who was on Eternals, bro. Like he's so one dimensional. Him and that other guy, and you know going on later into the movie, like especially like when Godzilla and Kong fought each other, bro. Like it was so fucking stupid. They're still trying to find some way to put them on the same level when they're not. I just literally saw Kong ground and pound Godzilla, and that shit was so fucking stupid to me. It was just a way to show off his fucking gauntlet and to get him back for what happened in the last movie. And like, bro, it was just so like I fucking hate what they get. I hate what they did with Godzilla, bro. Like again, if you wanted all this to be like the Showa era and all this shit, like you should have did that from the jump. But to me, when you establish something in a way, like, bro. But anyways, I literally just saw Godzilla get ground and pounded, and he was literally getting pulled down to middle earth. Like Godzilla is just such a joke now, bro. Like he was really fleshed out in those first two movies. Granted, those were his movies, but it seems like when Kong comes into the picture, they want to find some way to make Kong stand out more as the hero and the protector, and take Godzilla away from their territory and try to put him back in that volatile mindset. And I'm just saying, like, yeah, everything's getting flipped on its back. And people like to give him credit, but I'm not giving him shit. Adam Wingard is a fucking terrible director, bro. He's just making movies for brain dead people and they enjoy it. Like these movies, they just suck, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But anyways, I felt when I got done watching this movie, I just felt like, bro, this just feels like a cash grab. The villain fucking sucks. Like, bro, how did Godzilla not kill him the first time? Like, bro, we again, the first two Godzilla movies, he went against the Mutos, and then the second movie, he went against fucking Ghidorah. Anything after Ghidorah should be fucking OP as hell. Like, you could have brought in Mecha Godzilla for the third Godzilla movie, and I'm not talking about that trash that was in Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm talking about real Mecha Godzilla that was made by fucking aliens. And then after that, you could go to Mecha Ghidorah. Like, but the problem is Adam Wingard is such an idiot that like he put Ghidorah's mind into Mecha Godzilla, and I'm just like, bro, why didn't you just make Mecha Ghidorah then? Like, my Jesus. But anyways, I'm not feeling the direction that this universe went. Like, I'm not feeling it at all. Like, I mean, the fanboys, they can come into my comment section and say, "Oh, you really took this movie seriously, yada yada." Bro, I don't care, bro. What I want is a good movie. Because if the movie is good, to me at least, I'm gonna keep going back and watching it. That's what I'm gonna do. But if it's going to be like Godzilla versus Kong in this movie, I'm not really going to watch it like that. Like, bro, the last time I watched Godzilla versus Kong was the same year it came out. That's the last time I watched that movie. And like, bro, these movies, they have no replay value. They don't. My goodness. Like, I don't know how I can explain it to these fanboys, but I just can't. Like, I didn't, I wasn't feeling the movie. I wasn't feeling it at all. And granted, they're going to make another movie that's more focused on Godzilla. I'm like, bro, we already had two fucking solo Godzilla movies. Just make a third solo Godzilla movie. Stop trying to fit him and Kong and everything. Like, I'm so sick of it, bro. Like, the way Kong has been catered in this fucking universe is fucking insane, bro. First, you already give me that Godzilla versus Kong movie where you literally force Godzilla to spam atomic breath just so that Kong can have a chance to fight him. And like, oh my god, like I seriously hate this universe now. I'm not feeling it at all anymore. The story was weak. The fights, the only memorable fight was the last fight. Besides that, like, I'm I don't even think that they fought like that. And then on top of that, like, I'm just sitting through movie. I felt like there were no stakes. Like, bro, like when they dropped that bomb on Godzilla and King of the Monsters and Ghidorah came out and he started taking over the world, I was like, fuck, who is going to stop him now? I mean, obviously Godzilla's going to come back, but still though, who is going to stop this motherfucker? And then like, you get this movie. I just feel like there's no threat, bro. I don't feel anything. And when they said that Scar King was using that blue diamond thing, whatever, to control Shimo, I already knew that Shimo was going to break control and turn against Scar King. Like, I saw that coming a mile away, and like it's things like that. Like, that just goes to show like these villains are fucking weak. Like, the whole point of Scar King being in this was to give Kong more story. And I wasn't feeling any of this, bro. Like, oh my gosh, this movie it wasn't good. It wasn't great, bro. Like, people can cap all they want saying, "Oh, you know what?" Speaking of that, like the only thing you'll see people say is that the movie was so fun, bro. Oh my god, like they're so brain dead at this point. Fun is the only way you can describe this movie. Why not bring up the shitty story that had no tension to it or nothing? And the lame fights. The fights were lame, by the way. It wasn't really nothing to them. Like, I'm not really feeling this, bro. And then like now it just seemed like the monsters. It seemed like they have no weight to themselves. Like, in the older movies, again, I have to keep bringing them up. In the older movies, you can literally see how you can literally see how them being so huge makes them slower. But now these movies, it just seems like they don't weigh anything, bro. But you want me to give the final rundown? I didn't really like this movie. I think it was worse than Godzilla versus Kong. I think it's overrated, and the fights, they were pretty lame. Like, I wasn't feeling this movie. And you know how the fanboys come in. They look for videos that they know that they won't like just so they can come and defend. And I mean, yeah, you can come into my comment section and talk shit. I'm not going to say anything. Have fun with that. But just understand that it doesn't matter what you say or how many people you pray to come and like your comment or whatever. Bitch, my opinion does not change.